What's up everybody, I'm Derek, this is Rocking eForge, and it is quickly approaching Mother's Day. So, if you are a blacksmith and you are looking for maybe an idea for a Mother's Day gift, this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to be forging a simple Calla lily, so let's get rocking. This project is going to start with about 1.5 to 2 feet of 1/2-inch square stock. The length doesn't really matter per se. I simply have a long enough piece that I can just hold on to without a pair of tongs. And we're going to start by forging a blunt taper down to a point at the end of this bar. All right, so now that the taper has been forged, we're going to come waste all of our heat and lay off about 3 inches off the horn and use the rounding side of a rounding hammer to start forging in the stem of the Calla lily. Someday I'll have an anvil stand that actually is heavy enough to keep the anvil at one spot when I use the horn. All right, so I'm using the horn and the rounding face of the rounding hammer just to speed this process up. You could absolutely do it over here on the flat of the anvil. It would just take a little longer and you'd have a bit more bending back and forth at the point where you're not hammering based on it coming in contact with the flat face of the anvil. Whereas the combination of forces on the fullering action of the horn itself and the fullering action of the hammer face give you more pressure into the steel, more spreading in the lengthwise direction, and a quicker draw out of the stem. I'm gonna take this down to 3/8 inch square and draw this out, let's say 4 inches for now. Then we'll start working on the actual flower itself. And in the interest of not having to worry about this once I've flattened out the flower, we're gonna take this through an octagonal cross section into a round cross section. And I'm just using the rounding face and the horn still, forging that down into an octagon. And then just blending all of those edges of each facet that you create. And then eventually you can just start rotating around on the horn and blending all of those facets into a rough round shape. I've already gotten it twisted. It's funny. And now with the stem rounded up, or at least the start to the stem rounded up, we're going to start working on the flower. All right, so what we're going to do at the beginning here is just to start flattening on the one of the sharp edges here. And then once you've got this kind of started flattened, we're going to start spreading using the crosspeen of my crosspeen hammer. And not miss. And we're just coming in here and forging this as paper thin as we can get it. Primarily using the crosspeen hammer, and then coming in and hammering out all of those peen marks. And ideally, this is wider than it is long. I'm thinking about 3 inches was not the measurement I wanted. Maybe try about 2. This should turn out fine, but it might not be, you know, the perfect shape for the lily that we're trying to make here. But that's okay. And if you've got a little spot that doesn't quite shape up, you can switch to a rounding hammer. Kind of forge in that area and try to spread out from the center and just keep forging back from the edge in the center and then to the edge as you get closer and closer to the shape that you want. So once you've got this all flattened out, we're just gonna go ahead and start curving this around. I'm just holding it at an angle and using the crosspeen. And we're curling this around toward the flat portion that we used at the contact point of the edge of the anvil to kind of hide that, so to speak. And once we've got this kind of started, we're gonna bring this to the horn of the anvil and just start kind of holding up at an angle so that the forces end up curling the top of the flower. We're gonna start using the cross peen to spread the edge a little more. And keep in mind, you'll need to come back in before this closes up to forge in with the flat face of the anvil to get rid of all of the extra marks from the cross peen. And then once you've got this kind of shaped out to where you want it, I'm focusing primarily down here where the flattened portion starts. And I'm kind of just rotating and closing this up using the round face of my rounding hammer until at least one of the sides overlaps the other. And I want to close that up just a little bit and then spread the trumpet, so to speak, of the flower itself a little bit more, kind of bend this portion a little bit further out in order to just kind of get the appropriate shape for that Calla lily. All right, and I'm going to use my scrolling tongs to kind of twist part of this petal out. Just to kind of give this a little more character and shape. And then I'm going to close this up just a little bit more by continuing to focus on this area with my hammer blows, just kind of close it up a little bit more, and then we'll do the final adjustments before we move on to finishing the stem. And once I've got the rough length that I want out for the stem, I'm just gonna forge in a reverse taper, extend the stem, and not take up as much of this square stock that we have left. And then I'll go ahead and use the near edge of the anvil to just skinny this down. And then I'll just wiggle this back and forth until it cracks off and throw it on the ground. So now it's drop forged. And then as a last touch, I'll come in and forge all of these corners down, forge this into a nice round shape, and we'll be all finished up. Funny thing is, I'm gonna use my scrolling tongs to hold this thing. And then we'll give it a nice brushing to get rid of that kind of rust that's formed on there. Loosen up and get rid of any extra forge scale. And then touch off with a bit of beeswax in order to darken the steel and seal it off from rust. Now, alternatively, you could enamel the flower whatever color you want, which would probably turn out really pretty. I don't have any enamel powder at the moment, so I'm just using the beeswax. And it occurs to me that a project like this would really benefit from a leaf, because this is otherwise fairly simple. So I may forge a long lily leaf in the future, but for the time being, this is where we will finish up this project. Now, this is the second flower I've forged on this channel. I think it turned out pretty all right. Definitely could use some improvement. I had some cracking on the edge here and down here where the actual flower meets the stem. So be careful in your heat management and make sure you're not forging too cold. Even when mild steel gets this thin, it work hardens and it can crack on you. Now this type of flower would really benefit from the treatment that the other style of flower that I had forged a year ago got, in that it would really enjoy a leaf. I think having one singular large kind of lily style leaf that came up next to the flower like my hand is would make this just visually a lot more interesting. I decided not to do that because I already went through that similar process with the flower that I forged wherever the link appears, but I think it would be a great style of flower where you forge out a leaf on the other end of the handle, so to speak, nick it in the middle, and then forge weld it over together so that the leaf kind of is fully attached and sticks up next to the flower. But I am currently getting over a cold, a little tired, and didn't have a lot of time to devote to this project, so that is going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, leave a comment, hit subscribe, or ring that notification bell. If you want to support me in the channel further, please consider becoming an honorary striker on my Patreon. That link is in the description below the video, or please consider becoming a member on my YouTube channel. And as always, keep on rocking.